Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, it's my honor to bring you my friend, Dr. Jane Mountrose, for her meditation, and it is a journey to a mystical labyrinth. So if you've never been to a labyrinth before, Jane's going to teach us all a little bit about it before she starts. Jane, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. And I'm very excited. This is something that is meaningful to me. I've had opportunities to what you call walk labyrinths near us where we live in California. And the experience is really, to me, unique. And this is the first time I've done it as a meditation. I have done it with myself alone as a meditation. I haven't done it with others. So we'll see. We'll just see what happens. It's a beautiful thing that I'm going to be envisioning us walking the labyrinth from Chartres Cathedral, and this is what it looks like, the pattern. The path is actually blue. It's not the white area between the blue. And so we will be walking in different directions. It's not going to be, I'm not going to be saying, now you're moving right, now you're moving left. It's when I do it in my own meditation, I just kind of imagine myself, now I'm turning and I know that I'm on the path. It's a single path. If you look at the blue line, there is no break in it. It's not like a maze where you have choices. It's one path that leads to the center here. And in the center, first, I guess I should say, as you move toward the center, the idea is you're moving out of your normal reality into this place where you can first release any heaviness that's holding you down. So the walk toward the center is to release, and we'll just be walking beautifully and releasing, imagining walking, of course. And then when we reach the center, I see the little scallops in the center, like there are 6 blessings. And I think it is a place to receive blessings. I always feel there are 6 because there are 6 little circles there. So when you get to the center, you receive blessings. And then on the way out, you receive an activation of new light. So when you return, you're not the same person you were when you left. You have released heaviness and you have received blessings of light. So it to me is very beautiful. And that's what we're going to do. As I mentioned, this one is the pattern from the Chartres Cathedral in France, which is an ancient cathedral. I don't know exactly when it was built, but it is a very classic labyrinth pattern. And I'm going to mention the possibility of imagining yourself there, or it could be any sacred space that's right for you. Could be out. I was telling Ruth, actually, my husband and I just recently went to one that was in a redwood forest, way out in nature. So it could be just the perfect place for you. And with that, I think we can just begin. So we'll start, as I generally do in my meditations, with focusing on our breath, imagining ourselves surrounded with love and light from the universe and breathing in the perfect light for us now. And as we exhale, releasing. So we can be starting to release now, releasing any heaviness that you might imagine you can release at this point that's ready to let go. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in more light. And we're preparing ourselves to go to this mystical place. Releasing also, just asking any energy that is not your own to leave your space now. Energy from other people, places, and times. And bringing back any energy of your own that you've left with other people, places, and times. Just feeling more present in your body. And then imagine that we can enter a mist, a magical mist that's going to take us to this labyrinth. And as I suggested, it could be in the center of Chartres Cathedral. It could be in a redwood forest out in the wilderness. It could be near the beach. It could be the perfect place for you, just where you can feel that mystical, magical energy and connect with the divine. So we're arriving now, and through the mist, we can glimpse the labyrinth. Can't see the whole thing necessarily, just maybe our next steps forward. And when we find ourselves at the entrance of it, which is defined, there is like some kind of a definition in the pathway, so you know when you're leaving your normal reality and moving into this mystical place where so much more can happen. So standing there at the entrance of the labyrinth, you may want to have an intention for some kind of change that you would like to experience, or just open to the divine to provide whatever is perfect for you at this time, because we will be releasing on the way in and embracing on the way out. So we can just allow. And it really is a space for allowing, because whatever pace you walk at or imagine walking at, it's the perfect one for you. The mist is the most beautiful mist. The air feels beautiful and sacred. So we prepare now, and when you're ready, just imagine now we're stepping forward, and we're stepping forward. It's like almost going through a portal into a completely different reality, one that's beyond time and space as we know it. And the path is defined. You might be able to sense it as an ancient stone pathway, or if you're in nature, a beautiful pathway that maybe there are stones on either side of you that define the path. There's a single path. It's not like there are choices as you move forward. It's just a path that will be winding around back and forth toward the center. So we can just imagine walking forward through this beautiful, beautiful sacred mist, with the intention now of allowing ourselves to release anything that is no longer serving us, or that is not serving us now. And you may notice sounds around you too, as you just walk perfectly forward, the perfect pace, calmly, gently. You may hear sounds of voices singing in the cathedral. You may hear nature calling. Again, the experience that's just right for you, just moving very calmly forward. And as you do, you may feel that heaviness, like it's just drifting down into the earth, so you can feel lighter with each step. And then you notice that there's a turn in the path, and can be turning left or right. Some turns are all the way, whole 180-degree turn. And all of them, though we cannot tell now, they're all taking us to the center. So moving forward again, moving perfectly, and feeling like we're in the hands of the divine, supported by all of the beings of light around us, angels and masters and guides. Just feeling the gentleness of the earth. You may sense that some of those beings are close to you too. You might see glimpses of them through the mist. And then again, feeling ourselves turning and winding around kind of in a circular pattern. Sometimes feeling like we're going closer to the center, sometimes feeling like we're moving further away, knowing that wherever we're going, it's in divine order. Again, Just moving forward and releasing, sensing that any heaviness you're holding can melt away more with each step. And just breathing beautiful, beautiful air, and maybe beautiful breeze. Those angelic sounds around you, possibly. Again, turning, sometimes just a little turn, and maybe another turn shortly after that. Feeling ourselves moving closer to the divine, which is what we're doing really. And the space that we're in is not as important as the intention of moving closer to the divine. And releasing anything that is preventing us from being in that state. Again, turning, noticing the pathway under your feet again. And then sensing that you're drawing close now to the center, maybe in a direct line with it. And there you are, in the center, in touch with the divine, in this divine space. And as you might have seen as we started, there are 6 little spaces around it, like 6 places for divine energy. And you may, in your mind, have a sense of what those are, and maybe you don't. Sometimes, to me, it doesn't matter, but I do feel the blessings. So we can open to them and feel the light surrounding us, being blessed by holy light. Feeling it all around us, all through our bodies. And since we've released heaviness, we have more space for the divine to flow through us and into those places within us that are in need of more of that divine energy. Taking a nice breath. And there may, excuse me, there may also be a message for you from one of the divine beings around you. So you can open to that, or even something that is a gift, something that you might be able to imagine bringing back with you. And then when we're ready, we can prepare for the journey back, so we can step again at the threshold of the path that takes us back. So we're taking the same path and can start moving now outward. So we're moving back and forth toward the entrance. And the path can turn. And now we're receiving light. So we have light cascading down over us, feeling more alive with each step now. Just opening to the light. And you might notice even the mist might seem lighter now. You may be able to sense your surroundings even more. Maybe you can start to see the details of the surroundings as you come closer to the entrance. Again, turning here and there, maybe to the left, maybe to the right, and then circling around. Just receiving the blessings of light. Again, turning and opening and receiving even more. And again, sensing that we're close this time to the entrance. And just appreciating this space that you can, with your intention, enter this space anytime, really. It is all about your intention. A space where you can release any heaviness that's holding you down, receive blessings, and embrace light. Now we're coming back close to the entrance, so you can see that definition between this misty sacred space and back into your normal reality. And then as you find yourself at that place, at that threshold, you might want to just pause for a moment and reflect on what is different now, what feels different now than it felt when we entered the labyrinth. And then stepping out back into your normal reality with a different perspective. Again, breathing and noticing what, if anything, feels different. If you feel closer to the divine now, if you can bring more of that sense of being in perfect harmony with the divine into your life. And you may notice there's a bench nearby where you can sit and reflect for a while. Imagining now that wherever you are, you're on that bench where you can reflect. And now you have a clear overview where the whole of the labyrinth comes into clear focus. You can see its divine structure. Again, knowing that you can return there anytime. Now sensing yourself back in your seat, where you started, wherever you're resting, with your feet firmly on the ground, grounded to Mother Earth. And then breathing in more active energy, coming back to your normal waking state. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And as a note, you can, I found on the internet, there are a lot of maps, or you could say diagrams of different diagrams of labyrinths. And so if you want one, you can, what I did is I put my hand on it as I was traveling in my mind. So that's the labyrinth.
I love it. So Jane, we've been doing meditations every day for 4 years now, and no one has ever taken us on a labyrinth. So thank you for that. That actually had more of an impact than I thought it possibly could.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
Well,
really
that's good.
did. So I would say, friends, if you felt an impact from this and would like to come back to this meditation, just on Facebook, go to the link and click on it, send it to yourself in Facebook Messenger, and that way you always have the meditations handy that touched you the most. So thank you,
That's a great
Jane,
idea.
for this. Yeah. Thank you so much for this, Jane. Jane, is there anything else you would like to tell us about labyrinths or their impact on you personally?
Well, I think I suggested at the beginning that I really treasure them. I think that, and if for anyone, if you have an opportunity, you could actually just check on what I do when we travel now, is I check online to see if there are any labyrinths in the area where I'm traveling. A lot of times they're at churches, at least in California. I've noticed I've been to some that are actually in church grounds, or the one in the Redwood Forest we just recently went to was Quaker retreat center that was way out in the country, so beautiful in the Redwood Forest. So they are very special experiences, and certainly I recommend them because it's just an unexpectedly, I think, peaceful, for one thing, peaceful and divine experience if you open. And I really feel myself. I don't know if you felt that, just during that release thing, I could feel that energy, just heaviness letting go. I really feel it. So,
Yes, I could feel it as well. And what was interesting, as I was walking, things would appear in my hands for me to let go of. And
oh, interesting.
I saw a lot of worries that I had been carrying for a lot of folks, and I was just dropping it. So
Mhm.
yes, I thought it was perfect that they knew what I needed to let go of.
Right, right. Right. And sometimes we do so many things that are kind of mental, like I'm going to do this process for this thing, and it just, this to me is just a place of complete spaciousness and openness to the divine to help me in the way that's perfect for me without having to have any idea of what it is or what it means, but just knowing that it's happening and really feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you, Jane, for that introduction to the labyrinths.
You're welcome.
So, Jane, what would you like our viewers to know about you?
Um, Actually, I forgot to even uh, find a link to send you to. Um, we have my husband and I co-direct a nonprofit organization called Awakenings Institute, and we do a lot of things. It's our whole focus is on creating a more loving world, and we have programs in coaching and healing, and a new one actually for spiritual guide certification, a lot of different things um, that are, I think, both profound and also very, to me, a lot of fun. It's kind of, may not think of healing necessarily as fun, but I think it is for us. It's fun. It's very interesting. Uh, and you can find our website at gettingthrough.org, gettingthrough.org. And I would suggest gettingthrough.org/spiritual. And it's a large website with different sections. On that one, you can see where there are programs and different things that are available. There are free things. We have several different blogs in different parts of the website. So there's a lot to explore there.
There is a lot to explore there, and Jane and Philip are also authors. They've got many books that they have written, so please just check them out. And I think you'll be surprised or so appreciative of all of the different things that they are currently teaching. So Jane, thank you for being here.
Oh,
And
thank you, Ruth.
yes, and friends, here at Enlightened World Network, there's always something new to explore. There's always something new to learn. So thank you for being here. So take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon.